SpongeBob is back with another epic movie, and you already know what time it is.
Ready.
We're going straight to the Krusty Krab to make the most iconic menu item that shouldn't exist in real life.
Pretty patties, available in 6 designer colors.
That's right, except these aren't going to be made of meat. We're making cupcake burgers. And now let's make this pretty. I'm gonna scoop a little bit of the batter into another bowl and we're gonna dye it. And I'll also be teaching you a little something about color theory. You wanna dye the batter from light to dark, so you only have to wash one dish. Wow. You heard the girls, so let's go ahead and make our designer colors, starting with yellow. Orange. My past self is thanking me for this because one time when I had to make a rainbow cake, I used 6 bowls and there were so many dishes to wash. This time, I only have 1. Red coming right up. Blue, like Squidward.
No, Squidward's too.
Whatever. Purple. Their purple pretty patty doesn't really look super purple. It kind of looks like a dingy purple, so it works out that all the colors are kind of mixed together. And this is where I'll actually need a clean bowl because we need it for green. And those are our base for our pretty patties. I have to give it a gentle tap to release the air bubbles. And into the oven they go. And our pretty patties are almost done. I have to let these cool completely. While our pretty patties cool, I have frosting in every matching color, but I need to make something. Okay, I'm peeling the wrapper off of our pretty patty buns, and they look really good. But now I have to cut them in half because we're gonna fill them with our frosting. And how you assemble this Krabby Patty, all frosting. But to make it look like a Krabby Patty, oh man. I was gonna give it a little skirt like the lettuce from the Krabby Patty, but it didn't quite freeze in time. So we're just gonna have to make it extra pretty with frills. Now we have to add some sprinkles to our buns. And here's the best Krabby Patties around. Pretty Patties, available in 6 designer colors. And my favorite has got to be the yellow one for SpongeBob. And if you guys are watching the movie soon, comment below. I'm ready. Keep watching because we have more of your favorite cartoon treats coming right up. Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps are back to save Zootopia. And this time, they go undercover into a marsh market, and let's just say they had to eat some grubs. And while theirs are slimy and disgusting, ours are gonna be chewy and delicious. So let's make some gummy worms. So in the movie, theirs looked all brown and slimy, and I thought I should make mine brown too. We're gonna be using some cola. But first, I have to defizz it. I'm pouring it into a cup, and we're just gonna give it a quick stir to get all the carbonation out. I'm gonna pour the cola into a saucepan, and then we're gonna sprinkle some gelatin right into the cola to let it bloom. It's already looking kind of marshy, but let me give it a good mix. Okay, so once the cola starts to look kind of jelly like this, kind of gross, we're gonna turn on the heat to melt the gelatin just until the liquid runs clear again. The foamy bubbles here are starting to fizzle out, but whatever I do, I cannot let this come to a boil. Okay, this looks good. I need to take it off heat. And because I think all gummy worms should be sour, we're gonna add some lemon juice. And just to make sure our gummy worms are extra chewy, I'm gonna add a little bit of corn syrup. Now let's turn this into grubs. Got my dropper. I'm gonna suck up the liquid and then pipe them right into the gummy worm molds. I honestly feel like this could be a little darker or have like a little red tint to them. Actually though, I have an idea. I'm gonna take some of this jelly liquid, add it to another bowl, add some pink to it, get another dropper, and then we're gonna two-tone this baby. Okay, I'm down to my last few. And now all I have to do is let it set until it's nice and grubby. In the meantime, let's throw back to Zootopia 1 where Nick Wilde melts down a giant popsicle and turns it into a popsicle. Technically, this is jumbo size because I'm gonna turn them into cute little paw prints like this. So now into a saucepan this one goes. I might actually need 2 for this. If you guys loved Zootopia 1 or 2, comment jumbo pop. Now all I have to do is transfer this into another cup and pour it into these paw molds. In Zootopia 1, Nick Wilde actually takes the jumbo pop, melts it down into these little popsicles, and he sells them to make a profit. What a con man. And since I have some extra, let's throw that fox a bone, fill these up too. It's the perfect amount for my mold. But since they're popsicles, I have to add little sticks to them, and we're just gonna place them right in the middle like this. And while Nick froze his in a paw print in the snow, I don't really get snow around here, so into the freezer it goes. Our pops are done. Our grubs are set. It's like a zoo. Ooh, ooh. Okay, but first let's try our popsicle and see how they turned out. I'm not sure this popsicle contraption works, but I guess it did. And it looks exactly like Nick Wilde's popsicle. It's so cute. But now let's serve our grubs. They pop out pretty easily, and oh my gosh, it's like two-toned. So realistic. Looks just like the movies version. And while these grubs might have been too disgusting for Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps to eat, I need to add one more thing to make it look even grosser. I need to add some sauce. How about some sour racha? Yes, this actually exists, and this is gonna be so good on our gummy worms. They like to stick together. Oh my gosh, that sauce is so sour. It made it slimy and delicious. 10 out of 10. I can't do a cartoon themed video in the winter without including Frozen. And while Frozen doesn't exactly have like a signature food recipe in their movies, I did think of something. So in one of the shorts, Olaf dreams of having a perfect summer day, except he'd melt. But he does love warm hugs.
I'm Olaf, and I like warm hugs.
So I thought, what if I made something cozy, but also frozen? So we're gonna be making a frozen white hot chocolate. So for the frozen part, I'm gonna take my whipped cream and make a nice big mountain. Now, I'm gonna freeze it. So now let's get started on our white hot chocolate. In a saucepan, I'm gonna warm up some whole milk, and once it gets nice and steamy, we're gonna add in our white chocolate chips. Then we're gonna stir it until it's nice and melted. Now to give it more flavor, I'm gonna add a little bit of vanilla extract. And just because we need to give it that Frozen movie vibe, I'm gonna tint it Elsa blue. Not too much that it becomes Smurfs. Let it go. I feel like it could be even more blue than that. Beautiful. And now, do you want to build a snowman? I really want to build a snowman. We're gonna make Olaf out of marshmallows. Okay, I'm going off this inspiration photo right here, and his face is shaped like a coffin a little bit. Maybe a four-sided hexagon. But I'm gonna take my scissors and we're gonna shape his face. Try to make it even. I mean, it doesn't have to be super perfect because it's gonna melt anyways. Okay, now for his face. This is gonna be hard. I'm gonna start with the eyes and the nose. I have these googly eyes that we're just gonna stick on. And then for the nose, I'm just gonna use the orange gummy worm, which I will cut into like a triangle shape. That should do it. I'm gonna stick his nose on first. Oh, the gummy's already sticky, so it sticks right on there. Now I need to use my black icing gel to stick his eyes on. Does that even look like Olaf? Kind of. Okay, now his eyebrows and mouth. Okay, the mouth is the challenging part. Nailed it. And then he also has like a buck tooth that stands out. I'm just gonna stick on a little marshmallow here. I need tweezers for this. And that's the best I can do. Except now I also have to do his body. The top is slightly smaller than the bottom. Give him some buttons. Give him some hair right here. This Olaf doesn't need arms because he's going into the cup for the sauna, but I need to let him set, so we'll give him a few minutes. Everything has set, and now we pour in our frozen hot chocolate. I'm gonna layer some real whipped cream around the cup. I'm building Elsa's moat. And then we're gonna place our frozen whipped cream right on top of it. Add some blue sprinkles for some icicle vibes. I put a stick into Olaf, and into the frozen white hot chocolate he goes. Ta-da! Now let's give this a try. Oh my gosh, Olaf is starting to melt inside the white hot chocolate, but that's what's supposed to happen. Oh yeah. That is warm and cozy, just like a hug. 'Tis the season, because we're about to get into how the Grinch stole Christmas. In the cartoon, all of the Who's sit together for this big holiday feast, and they finish off their meal with this Who pudding, which looks like an epic Seussical dessert with tons of swirls and bright, beautiful colors. Universal Studios actually made their own version that sort of looks like this domey cake covered in frosting and candy balls. And it looks like it could come straight out of a Dr. Seuss book, so I'm gonna try to make it. I already have my cake, so let's do a reveal. Bum, ba-da-da. It's just angel food cake. But what I was thinking of doing with this was to press it into these two bowls to mimic the shape of the dome, and then we'll fill it with some delicious frosting. Okay, first things first, let's get a slice. I don't want it too thick. Okay, but I want it to be big enough to cover this whole bowl. So I'm gonna need a couple of slices. Now I guess we'll just fill in the gaps with more slices. This cake is easy to work with because it's so pliable and soft. It's basically the white bread of cakes. And I'm thinking I'll just take this bowl, mush it in to make it really stick. Okay, now we do the same to the smaller bowl. Press it down with my fingers. And for the filling, I thought it would be fun to hide something special inside. We have some whipped cream frosting, and we'll add a cherry inside. That cherry is so Dr. Seuss coated, but we gotta take out the stem. Okay, let's get another slice and somehow cover this up. I mean, it's definitely chaotic, and I would expect nothing less from a Dr. Seuss dessert. Do the same to the other one. Stuff it with our cherry. Let's cover it up again. Okay, and now to cover this one up, I'm gonna need 2 slices. It's not looking pretty yet. I'm actually gonna freeze this so they could firm up and hold their shape a little bit better, and we'll check on them in about an hour. So while we wait for our hoop pudding to firm up in the freezer, let's try a Grinch meal. I actually saw this go viral on TikTok. Oh my gosh. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. It comes in a Happy Meal box like this, but instead of a Happy Meal, it's a Grinch meal. And honestly, I really like the packaging. But inside, you can order either a Big Mac or a 10-piece chicken McNuggets. So naturally, I went for the nuggets. We also have their signature fries, which they really hooked it up, and then some. Because you're supposed to add the fries in this bag and sprinkle on some Grinch salt, which is supposed to be like a dill pickle seasoning, and I already know I'm gonna love that. But the best part of this meal isn't even the food. You get a surprise! And what's the surprise, you might be asking? No. We're gonna find out after I taste this. Chicken McNuggets with honey mustard, the only way to enjoy it. Delish. Okay, now let's try this McShaker fries. Pour, sprinkle, roll, then shake. Ooh. It's nice and coated. Yes, I see all the little dill seasoning on there. Will this taste like a pickle? If it does, it's gonna be my new favorite thing. The fries are now a little bit soggy, but tell me why I taste a little sweetness from the Grinch salt. It tastes like pickles and then it gets a little sweet, which is kind of weird to me. I'm gonna give the fries 7 out of 10. But now, let's see what prize we got. It's the Grinch song! This was the one that I wanted. You got Cindy Lou Who, you got Max, and the Grinch himself. I already know who I'm gonna give this to. Cameraman! Overall, I thought the Grinch meal was pretty fun. It's like an adult's Happy Meal. 8 out of 10. Our hoop pudding should be about set and ready, but I'm gonna get the frosting ready. Okay, it looks like from the Universal Studios photo, they frost it in 2 different colors. I'm gonna make the bottom one this beautiful deep red, and then we're gonna make the top one a lighter pink. That's so pretty. It's like a baby pink. Okay, it looks like it's hard enough for me to hopefully be able to unmold. Run this through. I think we should be okay. Oh no. I think I should probably frost it first before I unmold this one. Okay, we're gonna do red first. Oh man, this is already looking so good. It has this like nice gloss from the frosting. Let me smooth out the sides, get rid of any of the rough edges. I'd say that looks pretty good. And now, let's unmold the smaller one. This needs to go perfectly right on top of this bigger one, so I'm gonna have to make sure I can get this out of the mold. I'm gonna flip it over on my hand first, and we got it! Woohoo! Hug each other at the bottom. Stay together. And hopefully I have enough frosting to cover this whole bit. I'm really scared of messing this up because it's kind of just hanging right over it. I'm gonna hold it to keep it stable. Gentle. We're almost there. Doesn't have to be perfect because at Universal Studios and in the cartoon, they actually pipe the sides of each layer. So I'm gonna do that too. It looks like they do little squiggles almost like this. Oh my gosh, that's already looking so pretty. Let's go around the bottom. Ta-da! That is looking so Zootopia, but we have a few more finishing details. I forgot the top frosting. It spills over and kind of looks messy, but honestly, it's perfect. And then it looks like they also have this squiggly green thing. I have some candy melt in here that I'm just gonna draw squiggly lines with. Okay, we'll let that dry and kind of stiffen up while we add our little candy balls. I don't have quite as many as they have, but you guys get the gist of this. I'll turn it around so it looks pretty for you. And finally, last thing, our little squiggly. And this looks like a perfect replica, if not bigger and better, of this. What do you guys think? But if you like this video, go watch me test even more cartoon foods.